Hi everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft / dining room, blending foams. I started using these 4 years ago and it only lasted a few weeks when I realized I was never going to be a good blender with blending foams. Then brushes came out and I got better at blending. There is a new blending foam in town, my friends. The new mini domed blending foams from Ranger. I'm going to put these to the test because I've heard good things about them, so will I be able to make smooth blends with foams? It's never been possible before. Stick around to find out. That little test is coming up next. Where are my ASMR fans at? I have had these little blending tools since I started making cards back in 2017. I bought 10 of them, right? I bought this cute little nail polish holder to keep them in. And I thought I was going to be a master ink blender. Here's some of the foams that I collected over the years for different colored inks. And the reality is I never was good at ink blending until I discovered the little blender brush, which has really helped me to become an ink blender. However, I recently got my hands on the brand new mini domed ink blending foams. I have heard good things about these, but I thought I would give it a try myself and do my own little experimenting with these new mini domed ink blending foam. Isn't this a cute little container though? It's a nail polish holder from the Container Store. So what I'm gonna do here is just pop these open like that, and let's take a look at them here. I'm gonna take out a foam. Oh, they kind of have this soft, little squishy, right? And a little harder here at the side. And of course, a nice material that is going to adhere to the little Velcro on the bottom like that. Okay, that's pretty cute. Now let's see what happens if I stick one in there. Oh yeah, they stand up much better. So I'm just gonna pop these on, pop this guy on here, and we'll just proceed. So I think I'm going to grab a few inks. These are 3 that I use all the time, and I think these would be nice for some compare and contrast. Just have a piece of Neenah Solar White Classic Crest, which is, I use this paper a lot, so this might work great. I'm going to take this little guy, and this is going to be my pink. And I've just got a piece of scratch paper here, and I'm just going to oh, listen to that. Listen. Can you hear that? Listen. Kind of crunchy. It's kind of crunchy and munchy. Loading up my brush. Just going to twist it on to try to get some nice ink here. Okay. I'm not even going to tap it off. All I'm going to do is just start blending. I guess I have a light hand. Oh my goodness. Okay. Already better than anything I've ever done with a traditional blending foam. Wow. I mean, texturally, the sound of it's kind of interesting. I got some sun coming in here. Huh, that's pretty cool. Let's get a little more in here. Loading it up. And I'm not even tapping any of this off. And you know what? I probably, for an apples to apples comparison, that's pretty good. That's pretty soft, isn't it? I should probably do a pink brush right next to it. Apples to apples, let's load up just my typical blender brush here. Okay, I guess I'll do that and I'll just put it right here too. Honestly, that looks about the same. A little softer on the out and out, if you see that. Or the out and out, I don't even know what that means. On the edges. But that's pretty good. All right, I'll take this guy, add a little orange in, and see what happens. Again, loading up the brush. And you know, I suppose with the foams, or just like the foams, which I never managed to get, I never managed to get mine seasoned because I just wasn't that good with them. I would imagine these are going to season as well, right? With the more you use them. But what this seems to be giving me is a little more even color. You see that? Let's go back over here with the pink. That's kind of cool. Wow. Okay. Come in with mustard seed. Okay. Grab another one. And I like that I can just kind of twist in here like that, get a nice amount, and bring it right in here. That looks pretty good. I'm really surprised actually, because I historically have not been very good with any kind of foam, but that is not bad. Look at that. All right, now let's just see. Coming in with the citron. Well, I'll be darned. Seriously, that's a really surprising amount of smoothness that I've never really gotten before with foams. Huh, I didn't know about that. Gonna move on to bring in my orange brush in. Now granted, I have a zillion brushes. See, but with the brushes, I'm kind of used to tapping off, but I'm not going to. I'll just overlap right here. I have a lot of tools, right? I mean, I work in the craft biz. So I think it's okay to have a lot of tools, but you don't need every single one. I'm loading up this one too. Maybe I do want to tap off a little because I feel like the foams maybe don't need to as much. So let's bring the yellow in and bring you in like that. And that's pretty soft at the bottom too. All right, side by side, look at the difference between the foams and the brushes. And I actually think the foam side looks a little better compared to what I did over here, but that could be those I didn't tap off. Do you see the difference? And these ones I did tap off. So I think with brushes, tapping off before you begin to blend is kind of a key. I am pleasantly surprised with these as a person who cannot blend with the regular foams. So this is kind of cool to see. And let's see if I can make a quick card project that I can share with you. I'm going to take this die cut, this simple stem die, line it up on here, and I'm going to go run that through my die cut machine to give myself a pretty ink blended shape. I'll cut out a few extras in white so I can stack for some dimension, and then we will put together a card. I went ahead and die cut this out of the ink blended piece, and then I die cut 2 more so that I could have some lovely dimension. So that is nicely glued together. Next, I've got a card base here. This is just US A2, so 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And I think I'm going to take a little liquid glue for this one. I like the liquid glue because you get a little more playtime. Just want to hit every leaf. This is going to be a very simple design, right? Not a lot going on here. We're going to have just a single stem right about there. How does that look? That'll look kind of nice. And then I will just take a little brick here, press. I'm going to show you a little hack. Have you ever tried to glue something down and maybe you missed a little glue on a particular area? I have this pack of PenBlades. There's 3 in a pack, and sometimes I use different ones for different things, but they're very dull and I've had them for many years. But here's a little hack for you. If you ever have a die cut, let's see if I can get this to glue here. Just put a little dollop of glue down on your blade, right? Just like that. And then you can just slide that underneath and sort of smoosh it around a little on what you need to glue. Press, and then just quickly wipe that off with your fingers. And like I said, be careful if you use a blade for something like this. But honestly, these are very dull. I've had these for at least a decade. Or you can just wipe it off, with like some sort of towel. But it's a great way to slide a little extra adhesive under an area that you might have missed. So all hope is not lost. I'm going to use a little sentiment strip from Reverse Miss You. I love these strips because you can cut them out. They're pre-printed. They're very easy to use. No stamping required. And you have this perfect little white reverse style type on a black background. And then I always cut mine out using my sentiment labels, specifically this one. The smallest one is the one that I use the most. I will show you the sentiment that I'm using today for this card. It just says, I wish we lived closer. And what I do is I color the sides of these strips using a little Copic marker. Any marker will work. I use T10 because then it gives that look of being printed on black cardstock. I doubled up a thin foam square and a thick foam square. I like to just take a little of the liquid adhesive and just put a bead on my foam square because what that does is it gives me a little bit of playtime to make sure this is lined up. And I have lost my clear T-square. I have no idea where it is in my craft room, so I guess we're going to have to just wing it. And then I'm just gonna eyeball this and see if I can get it straight. Yeah, it looks pretty good. How sweet is that? Just such a simple design, right? You don't have to be super fancy. Well, let's finish this off with just a little bit of shine. I'm just gonna do a little dollop there. Come on now. There we go. And boop, the power of the boop. Let's get you in there. There we go. Press down, let that adhere. And they're just trailing up in a line. One a large one, two medium-sized ones, boop, and two small ones. Pretty consistent when I'm doing these. I don't get wild with my sequins. I don't get super random with them either. Oh, get in there. I'm gonna make sure you're gonna stick. There, press that down. I might not have enough adhesive in there. And the last one, boop. And that is my finished card project. Very simple results, but I kind of love how that turned out. So I'm gonna give these foams, these domed blending foams, a big thumbs up. I have never had success with foams, the flat ones, and these round ones, I think, are going to give me another option for ink blending, and I'm excited to actually get my wooden handles some use, because as I said, I've had these for 4 years and they basically have just sat on a shelf looking pretty and not doing anything. But now, thanks to these cool new foams, they are going to have some new life. I'm pretty surprised at how well these blend, and it's exciting to me to pull out my little wood-handled brushes, right, and give them new life again. So if you're looking for a really affordable option to get into ink blending, check out the domed foams and see how they work for you. All links can be found below the video, and I'll see you back here with another card project video soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.